what to write about. Trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist. Am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That was a great Sounds of Watson with Outside. Myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, EZ BlueZ is in the building. Who is with us for this limited edition podcast, EZ BlueZ?
Shibana should have bought a Honda. When we're at our guest, when there just seems to be no chance, when every day looks as bleak as the one before, and you're just echoes and echoes and echoes upon failure, upon failure, upon failure. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you see someone you not once were, those are the points where you really have to pull into your toughness, where you really have to have the ambition to move forward, where you really have to prepare for the inward battles that are forth in front of you. For that, we have a man who's come from the darkness. He says that we're a good band. I don't know. I also believe in a thing called love, and that's fine. But he came from the darkness, sitting in a cell, contemplating what tomorrow was going to bring. A lot of us are never going to know that type of pain. A lot of us are never going to know that type of truth. But from that darkness became a new ambition, a mental ambition to rise up and rise above, to be better than the next day, to make sure that one can live as free and genuine as they want to. And for that, I want a standing ovation for the fantastic, the amazing, the incredible James.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to see you guys again.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. We're willing to drop these gems on these people whenever they need it and give them the ambition to know that you can do anything you want. As long as you're putting it towards the right thing.
I mean, sometimes you can do anything you want when you put it towards the wrong thing, too. I mean, there's been many girls I've gotten because it was the wrong thing.
Oh,
boy. Yeah. Well, I put too much energy into the wrong thing, and I never got the results I wanted. So now I switched over to the right thing.
There you go.
Well, see, that's the
there you
key.
go. I like that.
That's I'm one of those never, I'm one of those like WWE people, never say never, but in that type of situation, you've got to be like, yeah, it just wasn't the smart move to make. It wasn't the right choice to make. And a couple of those women, I knew for a fact it wasn't the right choice, but it was fun.
Gotta live life the way you want, right?
That's true.
Exactly. Live as genuine as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So we got into it a little bit intro. You haven't lived the blessed life. You are not a trust fund kid. You're someone who had to actually go out there and work. You're someone who got to stare mortality in the face at a young age. Why mental toughness? And why the hell are you giving advice when you should just be, I don't know, hiding on a rock in downtown Dayton?
Well, it's because everyone is always looking for inspiration. People watch motivational videos. We listen to pastors and preachers give us hope every week. We ask our friends how we get to the next level. And it's hard to relate to people if they haven't been through what you've been through. And if you can't believe they've been through what you've been through.
Right.
So because I've been through a lot, there's people out there that have been through worse than me, but because I've been through a lot, I feel that I could connect to the people. And sometimes the people who've been through the most in life can teach you the most. The ones that fail the most can give you the lessons that you need to learn, or you might want to learn, and by putting it in a book so that it can always be read, it can always be found, the help that people need will always be there. Right. At one point, I never want to leave my house. I was always just keeping to myself. I don't want to be bothered. Don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? But what kind of life would that be? Sitting in the house every single day, just watching TV and doing nothing. So I had to come up with an idea and a way to be better and leave the house. Get up out the house, man. Why would I want to stay in the house? It's a giant world out here.
Sure.
I see people making millions of dollars. I see people taking these vacations. I see people living life.
Mhm.
I want that too. And I know that there's
Exactly.
a bunch of other people that want that, but I took a chance on myself. And I said, you know what? If I can overcome everything that's went through in that book, I can inspire someone else to overcome whatever they're afraid of or what they're going through. And that's where mental ambition came from.
Mm.
You got to get your mind right, which is healing from traumas. All the things you're afraid of, get over fear. If you're afraid, do it anyway. Move forward and progress. Have an undying determination to know that if you put your mind to anything, if it's wrong or right, think about it. When you put your mind to anything, right, the wrong or right thing, you got it accomplished, right? You got the results
Yeah.
you wanted most of the time. So imagine if you, instead of you putting it in the wrong lane, imagine you put it to the right and how much success you could really have. If you had an undying ambition where nothing's going to stop you from achieving your dreams, whatever they might be, that's what mental ambition is. And that's what I'm pushing. I have been through so much. I want more out of life than just working a 9 to 5.
Mhm.
I want more out of life than just sitting back and working 40 hours a week and just hoping to save 25 or $100 every week to try and buy a house. I want to live.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I think everyone wants to live. And I want to inspire people to know that I ain't rich yet. Don't quote me. I'm not rich yet. But I'm on my
Rich
way to
minded.
be,
Rich
you know what I'm
minded.
saying?
Rich
You know what I'm saying?
minded.
I'm
Yeah.
rich minded. I got a
Yeah.
rich mindset.
There you go.
And I will keep going forward and push forward. And everyone that is listening or watching, I want you to know that I will not give up and I will continue to show all my progress from the bottom to the top. I put this book out so you can see how I started from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm where I'm going now.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with it, my brother. That's where I'm at with it. I'm showing the whole process of going from having screws in my back and walking with a limp with no job to working 2 jobs and starting a business, drop shipping,
Right.
interviews. I'm everywhere,
Yep.
and if I don't put the work in, no one else is gonna do it for me.
It's
And
true.
if anyone's listening, if you don't put the work in, no one else is gonna follow you and no one's gonna believe in you and no one's gonna do it for you. Do it for
Mm-hmm.
yourself.
That's
If
right.
you want more, do more.
Mm.
And that leads into the first chapter, understanding who you are and
Come
fixing
on.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a perfect segue into that. And I think you illustrated it beautifully. Actually, what I love about the book is that you're just so blunt of just what's going on if you read through the whole thing. Like you really hold no barriers when it just comes to yourself. And you just lead it off to the introduction, how you survived. How many rewrites was for the first chapter? How much thought did you just put into each amount into that?
Rewrites. It wasn't really that many rewrites,
Mm-hmm.
but it took about it. I had the idea for about a year talking with my therapist, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to write this book since 2010 when I was locked up, but last year I finally just came out with it. But
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
Pitch moment.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, let's rewind that a little bit.
Okay.
The seeds of this book were planted when you were locked up.
Yes.
You know, that's how we're gonna market and spin that because it sounds better for the story, and then more people buy that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's at the end of the day, you were writing it. We talked about this before. You're someone who is living the experience of the art itself.
Mhm.
So just because the pen wasn't hitting the paper doesn't mean it wasn't being written.
It was the unwritten story.
It was the unwritten story. It was the real shit that you were living that got you, into the mindset that you wanted real shit for your life.
Yes. So we'll just backtrack. 2010, I was locked up, small bid for violation of probation. In there, I read a book called, what was the book called? Letters to a Young Brother by Harper Hill, I think his name is. He's an actor, famous black actor. And when I read the book, I was like, Dad, if someone would have gave me this book years ago, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at. But it was kind of scripted.
Right.
Mm.
And what I wanted to do was come out with a book that was so raw and real that like you won't question anything about it because it's the truth. People respect the truth and the honesty that comes from someone who's actually lived through it. And I had to make it entertaining and interesting, right? So everything that's in the book is true. So fast forward, I started working on the book last year, the rewrites and all that. It took me about a year to get the book formulated the way I wanted to, but the way it came out was better than I could have expected.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought it was when I first wrote it, I'm gonna keep it real. When I first wrote it, it was so much swearing in the book that I was yeah, because I feel like when certain people swear, it brings out a certain emphasis.
Right.
But if you swear too much, then people won't read. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if the people that
Sure.
don't want like swearing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was the main thing I had to overcome is getting rid of all the swearing, but still making it entertaining and real enough for people to want to read. So from there, it was revision after chopping it up and moving things here and adding sentences, taking sentences away. I had mad stories I wanted to put in there, but I didn't want to overload it with stories because then if I have an interview, what am I going to talk about? Every story that's already in the book?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a long process, man, but I think it came together very well. And I can't wait for the next one to come out. This one I'm writing is pretty fire. Mental Ambition, the Guide to a Better Relationship.
Ooh.
Be the same type of advice, but this is going to be more in depth. The first book was like just like a taste test. I want to see if people really like what I say and they really respond, and if I'm even a good writer. Because if I would have wrote a book that was 100 and some pages and no one bought it, I would have given up on writing.
Right.
But first book's doing well, so the second one will be even better and more in depth. And with relationships, you can imagine the things I'm talking about in there. It's gonna be real.
So many avenues.
So
much more cursing.
Listen,
So much more cursing. So much more cursing.
Oh man, I'm just.
How much of this next book is going to be like 50 Shades of Grey? That's all I want to know.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
no. This book, it's not gonna be it's not a sex book. It's not a sex book, but sex is one of the topics. This book, not a sex book, not a sex book, not a sex book. It's a guide. It's just like the first book. A bunch of information, breaking it down, keeping it raw and real. First chapter is understanding who you are and fixing yourself, because you always got to do that.
Yeah,
that's number one. If you ain't right, you can't fix anybody else.
No, you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Chapter 2 is understanding men and women, or whatever you identify as. That covers how people are brought up and how that's going to affect them, emotional acceptance. What else is in there? Personality, getting your stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
You can. It's okay.
I could, but listen, I'm trying to be politically correct because
there you go.
I'm trying to keep a certain level of professionalism.
There you go. See?
And I'll say shit for you.
Thank you. Every time I need it, I'm just gonna point to you.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully, I picked the right curse.
I can listen. When you see me go like this, just say it. We good. All right.
Oh
right?
man.
And then chapter 3 is picking a partner, or learning how to pick a partner, from dating to age differences to living together to like flirting, getting ghosted, all the stuff that people go through when it comes to picking apart. Like, it's a lot covered. And then chapter 4 is how to keep a relationship together, dealing with arguments, cheating, communication, keeping date nights so you and your partner can go out and have a good time.
Of course.
Dealing with your kids, because kids play a major part in a relationship too.
Huge part.
You know what I'm saying? Being a step parent, if you have co-parenting, and then chapter 5 is like understanding. No. Chapter 5 is knowing when to end it or how to get over a broken heart. Because even though you go through all these steps, all of it can still go out the window.
It's true.
No matter what you've done, how much money you spent, how much love and affection you've given, doesn't matter. It can come to an end when you or them want to end it. You know, so
Yeah.
the book is everything that goes along with being in a
That's so true.
relationship, and it's broken all the way down with some
Absolutely.
really deep thought, some examples. I might not put as many stories because I've done it like a 200-page book, and I wouldn't want to
Right.
read a 200-page book. No offense to anybody, you feel me? And 160 pages is a lot, but
Yeah. Word.
Yeah.
within 160 pages, you can just go to the table of contents and pick out what you want to learn on. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
so much information. You ain't got. I don't say when people take my books, you don't have to read the whole thing front to back, because I wouldn't read the whole thing front to back unless it was something that really interested me. You know?
Right.
So just pick what you need out of there and just move on. Just tell somebody it's a good book whenever it comes out. That's it.
That's a
See, I
great
think
topic
that's
though.
yeah. Well, also
Mhm.
I love that philosophy of it. Take what you need and then move on. I think that's very, very big and something that a lot of the books in this type of genre don't really focus on. It's more like they just do this or die. And we you know, it's not necessarily the right vibe that you want to get through. I mean, I came up reading like Book of Five Rings and The Art of War and all those different type of philosophy and Eastern philosophy books. And that kind of helped me get a more cultured look at the way things were, a different perspective. It's all about perspective, right? Isn't it?
Mhm.
That helped me grow, that helped me move even to this very day. That's why I have the five rings tattooed on my arm. Now as you move forward, you're doing the relationship one, and I know this is going to sound like a joke and it's kind of funny, but there's a market for this, so just bear with me. What about like the Kama Sutra of mental ambition? You know what I'm saying? Like, get into it.
Like a sex book, a real sex
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, like
See,
the Kama Sutra of mental ambition, bro. Like dude, bro, that's money.
it would be money, but this is what, when it comes to writing a book, this is what the problem is.
Hmm.
If I put all my time, effort, and brain power into something and it doesn't sell, it's a waste of time.
Mm.
If it takes me a year to write this book, I
Right.
wasted a year of brain power on something that did not sell.
Mhm.
Mm.
You feel me? When I could
Okay.
have put it to something else. Now, let's say this mental ambition takes off and people are saying, hey, if I got a following, hey, I got 10,000 people, hey, write a Kama Sutra book. The people ask,
Right.
I will supply and demand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right now, I'm just kind of going off of my own thoughts on what I think people would want. If people would give me some feedback on, hey, this would be the type of book I would want to read, or maybe I
Right.
just need to brand myself and put myself out there more, so that way I can get people to actually tell me what they want, and then I'd
I
write
mean,
more books.
it's a little bit of both, but I love the fact that you just, for all those that are at home right now and they're thinking about going on to their own adventure and doing their thing,
Mm.
what just happened there is totally key. Knowing when to edit, when to self-edit, and how to expend your energy. Because at the end of the day, it's just you. You don't
Yep.
have a shipping department. You
Nope.
have a you. You
Yep.
don't have a customer service department. You have a you.
Yep.
So it's a lot. You have to really pick and choose where your energy is going to go, and you
Mhm.
have to be able to save that energy. And although yes, there's money in like the Kama Sutra of mental ambition, it's only a perspective money right now because you're not at the spot that's necessary. If you
Mhm.
knew that it was going to be a guaranteed return, it would be different. And
Mhm.
that's what people need to look at some of the choices in their lives. Are you going to get a guaranteed return? Is that return valuable to you? Because I've gotten many guaranteed returns that were not valuable in the long run.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, however you chose to live out your life, you chose to live out your life. I throw no salt in anyone's hustle, but there are a whole bunch of people who've got a ton of student debt for a degree that they can't use to get a job.
Talk about it. Keep going. Keep going.
You know, I'm not saying you shouldn't go to school. I love school for other people. I don't love it for me because that's where I go to argue with people. But I love school for other people. I love anytime that you want to push yourself and fully expand yourself. But these aren't just like art art these aren't just art diplomas and all those kind of things. These are, some actual diplomas in real world stuff that people still cannot find the job for, do not have the experience to get the job that's necessary after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on an education that now you're pretty much living in indentured servitude because you're going to be paying that off for the rest of your life. And this country's got some really messed up history with indentured servitude, and I can say that. So maybe we want to stay away from that, folks. Like, start moving in the directions that's gonna heal your heart instead of break it.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak on this because I listen.
Good.
All right, I believe that everyone that's listening to me now, you do what you think is best for you. I don't know everything. All the advice that I give is just my own perspective. Whatever your perspective is yours, right? He just talked about going to school for 4 years. That's just getting a bachelor's degree, right? You can rack up $50,000 to $100,000
103.5 FM.
And that $50,000 to $100,000, when you get out, like he said, it's a possibility you might not even get a job that you went to school for all them years. You know what I'm saying? And if you do get a job, you're going to get minimum wage part of it. It could be $20, it could be $25 an hour, it could be $30 an hour, but that is still not going to put a big dent into that $100,000, right? Instead of going to college and racking up that debt, there are multiple ways to make money legally where you can still get an education. Learn a trade, become an electrician, plumber. You can become a chef. You can become a carpenter. You can do not woodworking, a metal worker, construction workers. Construction workers make a lot of money.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? You can also get a certification in something. Learn some computer IT. Learn how be a CNA. You can get a CNA just to get your foot in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Start and work your way up. You can, what other certification? Become a barber. Learn how to braid hair. These are things that I talk about in the first book, Mental Ambition, the Guide to Upgrading Your Life. It's just because someone tells you to go to college does not mean that you have to. You can always find a way to make money legally, or there's different avenues. But I just don't think that people know that these things are out there.
And they don't know it, and the other thing is it's something that's looked down upon by regular society. Like, oh, you're gonna be a plumber, you're gonna deal with people's feces. Yeah, I'm gonna make $150K
easy
starting off.
Easily.
I'm gonna be part of a union that's preparing me. I'm gonna have time off. I'm gonna retire at 66, and they're gonna pay for my ass to go to college.
And you'll probably retire before that, like 45, with the amount of money that you're making as a, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or a barber or beautician.
Barbers make money.
I remember when my cousin, was going to school to be a teacher, and everyone was like, oh, this is great. And she also was getting her beautician's certification, so that she'd have something to work her way through school. She then just became a beautician. She goes on vacations when she wants to go on vacation because she owns the motherfucking shop.
And that's the point that I'm trying to stress is, like, people put so much focus on go to school for what, and have $100K in debt. Listen, I went to school for 1 semester and owed 10 grand for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Look, 10 years, because think about it. You have this debt, right, that you got to pay. I only had 10,000. I paid it off, but 10 grand, right? Throughout your life, that's 1 semester. I went to University of Hartford. Throughout your life, you're still gonna have rent, bills, kids. You want to travel. You need food, clothes. You want new iPhones that cost thousands of dollars, video games, all this stuff. You think you're gonna have extra money to be like, hey, let me put $1,000 on my student loan? No, you ain't gonna want to do that. So imagine you got to pay $100,000 for that. How long is that gonna take you to pay off?
Forever.
Your life.
And not only that, but the interest rate is ridiculous. I know someone who took out, I think, a $50,000 loan and now owns over $500,000.
What?
Because of the interest rate.
That's wild. See, and this is, I'm glad we're talking about this, because this needs to be said. If you don't listen, if you want to go to college, go to college for something that you know for sure is gonna make you a certain amount of money that you
Yeah.
want. If you
No
don't
leisure or
know,
something. Yeah,
whatever you're going to school for,
of course.
Google search. Even if you go to Yahoo search, Bing, don't matter. Search how much that salary is gonna pay you. But
Right.
when you graduate with no experience, because some of these jobs require you to have 1 to 5 years experience, and if you ain't
Mhm.
got it, you did all that hard work for nothing.
Yep.
Research the school too.
Research the school,
Definitely
see how many
research the
people get
school. Yeah.
jobs.
See the
What other
turnout of the
stuff you got,
school.
Preston?
Absolutely. Nah,
What,
just
what,
see the turnout of the school, what's going on with it, the teachers,
yeah.
what's going on with the whole education process with the majors and stuff,
Mhm.
because a lot of people can underdeliver when it comes to their
Yeah.
promises with these schools, and
Mhm.
but they over deliver when it comes to the expenses, if I can barely speak when it comes to that, because I've
Yeah.
been a victim of that as well too. So like I totally understand what you're going through. That'll be a great another book chapter. I know you're going into relationships, but jobs
Yeah.
and entrepreneurship.
Jobs.
That's
Mhm.
that's another mental ambition book.
Hold on.
I'm ready to hear.
We putting it in the notes. Hold on.
Oh, wait in the notes.
I'd love to see you
Entrepreneurship.
just tackle
Mental
that.
ambition, a guide to starting your
Yeah,
business. Putting
because
that in the notes.
it's a just starting off is not easy, and
Listen.
just being consistent is not easy. I mean, one of my bosses right now is an entrepreneur. It's hard for him. It's hard. Like he does what he does, but it's so hard for him.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because there's no guideline for it.
No, it's not.
Nope.
You just do stuff and it
Yeah.
either works or it doesn't. But everything you do costs you money. And
It does, yeah.
Yep.
that's the problem. You know, like with my books, like
Mhm.
this is self-published. All this comes from me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay the distributor. Or the distributor still takes a cut. They still cut side deals. I
Yeah.
don't make no real profit on these books. If I sold 1 million copies, I wouldn't have $1 million. I'd probably have like 20,000. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
This ain't about money. This is about really helping people understand that you can go through anything in life and you can still make something of yourself.
Mhm.
You don't have to go to school and you don't have, well, no, go to school because you need some type of education.
Yeah,
At least finish 12th grade.
Absolutely.
At least finish 12th
Absolutely.
grade because you need that high school diploma to get a regular job or get a GED.
There you
But
go.
if you did not go to school, just know that you can still make it out here.
Yeah.
You don't have to wind up in debt. You can start your podcast, your clothing line, build a brand, write a book. You know,
Well,
you can
if you
create.
look at it, I think 7 of the top 10 richest people in the world didn't go to college or failed out of college.
Yeah. Yeah. And it goes to show you that no, this is how you know people are good and people can always overcome. Who was it? Abraham Lincoln failed at everything in life. Anybody, you hear me now? It might sound cliche, it might sound stupid. Go research Abraham Lincoln. This man lost family members, failed businesses, lost in the Senate multiple times, and still ended up president and freeing the slaves. You hear me? If you put your mind to something, even if you don't have education, you can accomplish anything. You just have to do it. No one's going to do it for you. And if as you continue to grow and build your brand or whatever you're trying to do, the right people will come along and gravitate to it. The ones that are supposed to be there, the wrong ones too, but you got to filter those people out. But believe in yourself. Just do something. If you're tired of living the way that you're living and you want to get to the next level, try something you never tried before. No one's gonna people might not have the answers that you need, but if you never try something, how are you gonna get the results that you want?
Miss 100 of the shots, 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne.
That's
Preston.
true.
Come on now. Do something. I don't care. I don't care if you go out there and get a lawnmower and a weed whacker and charge $50 a lawn. If you get 10 lawns, that's $500.
It's true.
How many people you know with a lawn that you can make $500 in a day just cutting grass and weed whacking? You know what I'm saying? Go get you a little food truck and sell hot dogs. Get the little wheel joint and just push that thing along downtown. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna want them hot dogs because they're hungry at the bus stop.
Georgia Hots.
Get the Georgia Hots.
Georgia Hots.
Get a little mini grill and put it on top. Get the Georgia Hots with the little lines. Come on, man. You can always come up with some type of way to make some type of money. Right. Always. These people that be on the streets and asking you for $1, they hustling.
They
you
are.
Let the people that's asking for $1 make more money than you? No offense.
No,
No, it's true.
that's
You know what
another
I'm saying?
episode.
I'm just
though.
saying, if anyone did take offense, no offense. You're gonna let these people that ask
Yeah.
for $1. He got $300 today from
You're not lying.
150 people.
Oh my God, you're not lying.
Mhm.
You man, listen. I went to the store one time. This guy said, "Hey, man, if I pump your gas, will you give me $2?" So yeah, I'll give you $2. No, I'll give you $5. Don't even worry about it. Just trying to look out.
Oh
Man,
man.
I
Yeah.
go in, I pay the gas to get me a little Arizona iced tea. I come back out, he done pumped the gas. He's like, all right, he's like, I got your gas, man, and I wiped your windows. So, all right, thank you, my man. Here's 5. Pulled out a knot like this in ones and
Yeah.
5s and 10s.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can always make money, no matter what you do, but you gotta go
Look,
do it.
an extra 5 cents on all the cans, bro.
Come
They're
on,
now up
listen,
to
and
10
he
cents,
cashed it
bro.
in the cans. He's killing the game. He had a cart full of cans, 8
Mhm.
bags. You know when it be like this, stacked up like this?
Yep.
You can, man.
When I went to
Oh,
New
I'm
York
saying,
for a
you about
Yankees,
to.
oh God.
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just saying when I went to New York for a Yankees game, this kid, he had to be like about 9 or 10 years old. He knew they were overpricing for the water bottles. It was so hot. It was like over 100 degrees out there. So he
Yeah.
was selling water bottles for like 50 cents each. The big old
Mhm.
Poland Spring water bottles, 50 cents
Uh-huh.
each. I guaranteed he probably sold those 10 cases and he probably walked out with at least like $2,000 that day. And it was like 2 little kids.
Bro,
2 little kids walked out there
let's
stacking by themselves.
let's get real, man. The
Yeah.
freaking we
Mm.
had when we worked at the State House, okay?
Yeah.
Anytime they had like a big dance party and the place was going to get super packed, we'd go over to the Dollar Tree
Mhm.
and we go get waters.
Yeah.
And you're spending like $5 for 24 waters, but you're charging $4 a water bottle.
Killing the game.
Yeah.
You know
can
what I'm
do it.
saying?
You can
Like
still do it.
you sell 3 water bottles, you've already paid for, you already paid for 2 of the cases
Mm-hmm.
by selling 3 water bottles. Everything else is profit.
And then you reinvest and you keep going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what that's called? Legal flipping.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of selling drugs, you can sell
Right.
water bottles, chips. They do it in the vending machines all the time.
Mhm.
Man, you go get a Snickers. You go to the to get a Snickers bar. It's $3 in the vending machine.
Yeah.
Snickers bar this
Mhm.
big, but the Snickers bar now, if you buy the pack, you get 24 for like $7.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It's just fun. If you're in the streets and you hustling and you putting your life on the line just to make a couple bucks, why not just switch it over from drugs or whatever you're selling to something legal? You're
Or
still doing the same thing. It's still profit and cost margins. You're still
yeah.
doing entrepreneurship. You're still making money. But now, who's gonna rob the candy guy? Everyone loves guys that sell candy and chips and soda. You know what I'm saying? Transfer your hustle over to something legal. So that way you ain't got to look over your shoulder and you won't go to jail. Unless it got that do not resell thing on the side of the package. Then you go.
No, don't.
Yep, the do not resell thing on it. And no matter what, make sure all your paperwork is good because they will
Seriously,
get you
seriously.
in the taxes. And they even got Wesley Snipes. You know what I'm saying? They got Willie Nelson. They gonna get
Yeah.
you.
They gonna get you one way or another. Oh, if you're gonna definitely, if you're gonna start a business, a real business, do it the correct way.
Yeah, of
Do
course.
not shortcut. Never ever shortcut something where the government can come back and say, "Hey, you owe us money," because now that's going to put you further behind.
No.
You could possibly go to jail. Always do it by the book. When
Yeah.
you ever learn how whenever you cut corners, things never work out the way you planned, or it did work out, but later on in life it came back and bit you.
Yeah.
Always do it
Wanna
by
be
the book,
own-
especially when it's your own business, because you don't want to be labeled as someone who's doing bad business or having sneaky practices. No matter what anyone else is doing, that's them. I'm gonna speak for me personally. I stand on being a man of my word. I stand on having a solid business, and I stand on when people see that crown, they know that I'm a man about my business and I'm a stand-up guy, and they can trust that what I'm saying is true because that's what I stand on. When you have a business and you start it, how do you want to be branded? How do people want to view you? How do you want people to view you? And how will you view yourself and represent yourself? Because when you're standing on yourself on your own, what do you stand for? You know what I'm saying? I stand for morals, truth, good business, and making sure that I'm inspiring people to be better and to grow and to go into entrepreneurship, into Get the education you need so you can progress in life and take care of your family, and getting the mental help that you need so you can get over that trauma and abuse you've been in for however long you've been standing in it. You know what I'm saying? Always have good business practices. If you don't know how to do your numbers, get a tax guy. If you don't know how to start an LLC, YouTube it and follow the instructions as it goes along. Anything you want to find, anything you want to learn is easily accessible because we have the internet and we're in the future. You know we're in the future because we have self-driving cars that are Teslas.
We got self-driving trucks now.
Self-driving trucks.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? AI is writing people's books now. My book is not AI written. It's written by me.
Yeah. You can't write the real if you're writing AI. I'm just,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, but that actually leads to an incredible point too, because a lot of people in the different hustle and the different aspects of it, they'll try to get away from being artistic or trying to make money or make a life in the world of the arts. But we also have such a culture that craves art so much, we're willing to sit through horrible art that's been written by a computer.
You're right.
So obviously the arts are pretty damn important, and people should be investing in that if that's where their heart is.
I'm going to speak on that.
Okay.
Basquiat, right?
Yeah.
Saying it right? Basquiat. No one cared about Basquiat when he was alive, really, right? But as soon as he died, how much did his painting sell for? Millions, right?
Yep.
Through the roof. So imagine you're a person who does art. If you're not successful in this life, maybe your art could sell after you pass, and now your family's set for life.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You could set up a trust where your art starts selling. This family member gets something. This family member gets something. For those that are living and you love art, we live off of art. We watch movies. That's visual art. TV shows, cartoons. These are all anything that people can watch visually is a gold mine, because we're in a day and age where people might not like to read. Well, they don't like to read. They watch 15-second clips and videos and all that. Visual arts is major. If you like to draw and paint and do things like that, and you're very creative, hold your own art show. You can do that. Go to McDonald's and set up a little art booth in the corner. Rent a little show, rent a little booth out somewhere and get your artistic friends and hold your own art exhibit. Shout out to Raheem because he put that art exhibit
absolutely.
together
Most definitely.
at the Milford Arts Council, and that was fire. He gathered all the great artists that are in the area, put them in a room. We all sat down and got to know each other, and we've made some really good connections. Art is amazing. If we're downtown New Haven, right? They have Yale art exhibits. Things that have been around for generations. You know what I'm saying? Art is just very big in general. It's a way to express yourself where you have full creative reign. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't think art can sell for much, but if you're a really good artist, people are willing to pay thousands and millions of dollars for your art if they really like it.
Right.
Man, I can't think of the person's name, but I remember there was some lady selling her art on the corner, and I think Diddy bought it. I think he did. I think it might have been Diddy. One of these famous guys bought it for like $5,000 because she was just selling it on the street. He just really liked it. We're talking about art right now, but I'm switch topic. No matter what we talk about, whatever you feel, I'm talking to people out there. Whatever you feel you need to do to express yourself, or to make money, or you need to heal, or whatever, you find your own pathway. We're just giving you examples on ways to get to certain things, or maybe open your mind to things you might not have ever thought of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. If money didn't matter, but you had to work, what would your dream be? What would your job be? If you had to do it for free. And the reason I say do it for free is because once you start your business, you're going to do it for free.
Yep.
Because it's going to cost you money.
In fact, you paying for it. You ain't even doing it for free.
You're paying for fun. Your own dream. You're losing money while you're building your dream. So if whatever you're doing, if you're not passionate about it, you're going to lose interest, and it's going to be a waste of your time when you could be doing something else. Don't waste your time on something that's not going to be profitable for you or you're not passionate about. That's what people are saying on these social medias when they're like, just follow your dream, follow your passion. Yeah, because if you're doing something you hate, it's gonna be miserable. Why would you want to keep doing it?
Right.
Okay, sorry. Listen, I
Nah,
can go
do
off on
not be
tangents. I
sorry.
can go
Do
off on
not be
tangents.
sorry. Myself and Easy love tangents. We
You know what I'm
can
saying?
we can
Like,
go off that. Do
listen,
not be
We live
sorry
in
one bit.
tangents.
believe
Yeah.
in tangents. It's just, I wish that
Uh-huh.
I wish that when I was younger, I had someone step in my life and tell me these things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That you can make money in art. That you
Mm-hmm.
can go get a little lawnmower and a weed whacker and make some money.
Of
You can
course.
sell waters. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can be the candy guy and sell candy out your trunk and all that.
Yes, you can.
You know what I'm saying? You can do so much in this world, but all people tell you is go to college, go to college, go to college. Why? Why? Why do I got to rack up $100,000 in debt just because you told me to? Why can't I find my own way? And that's kind of where I'm at. Like I've always went against the grain. It got me in trouble a lot because I just whenever people tell me stuff and I ask them why and they don't have an answer, it means
Yeah,
that you have philosophy that you're not believing. You're just repeating something that someone else said.
it's true.
Right.
And I
It's true.
don't like that. Like when I speak, I have a full belief system in what I'm saying because I've lived it, and I have an answer for just about everything
WNHHLP
that I say.
103.5 FM New Haven.
I have my philosophy is I'm not gonna listen to what someone's telling me just because you said it to me. I want to know why you think that way. I want to know what are the benefits of it,
Mhm.
and where is it going to lead me? Because just because it worked out for you does not mean it's going to work out for me, and just because
Exactly.
it worked out for me doesn't mean it's going to work out for you or whoever's listening. Do what's best for you, man, and figure out what you want to do. We can sit here and say, do this, do that, go here, don't sell water. Doesn't matter. But if you don't do the work and figure out what you really want out of life, what's your legacy going to be when you die?
Mhm.
When you're gone and everyone's finished mourning you and they go eat that plate of food and they eat the potato salad and the fried chicken after they done buried you and they all cried and they drive off on their cars, how are you going to be remembered besides pictures and videos?
Right.
What is
Mm.
going to be your mark on this world?
Yeah. What's
How
gonna be
are
your
you going to make
purpose?
this place better?
Yeah.
How are you going to give back to the people so that way, instead of just your family and friends knowing, the world knows that you made it a better place?
Yeah.
Right.
This is what I'm standing on. And this is what I'm building. Mental ambition. I want people to know that do you and
Yeah.
make a mark on this planet, and
Of
not for
course.
the worse, but for the better. Pull
Right.
yourself up. The stories in there tell you how I've been through so much, but I pulled myself up, and I'm still sitting here giving
Yep.
people motivation to keep going, because
Right.
I'm gonna keep going. One
We
day I'm
appreciate it.
gonna
Yeah.
die. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mhm.
And I won't be here. And because
No.
I'm not here, I don't want to be forgotten. I
Of
don't want to
course.
just be
Right.
known by my friends and family as a really cool guy who's genuine, who's willing to help people. I
Mm-hmm.
want the world to know that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
want the world to know that I believe in every single person that has a dream and wants to be an entrepreneur and can move forward and do something beneficial with their lives. And even if you made mistakes in life and went to jail or you hurt people or you did things, it doesn't matter because you can always change it around.
Yeah. You can always
Mm.
change the outcome of your story.
You can always change it, but
Yeah.
you got to do it. Stop blaming everybody else. Oh, I don't have money. Oh, my moms didn't love me. Oh, I had these hardships. That's cool, but eventually you're an adult, fam.
You gotta take
Mhm.
Grow up.
ownership. You gotta take accountability.
Take accountability. Take
Mm-hmm.
ownership. Everything ain't gonna go the way you plan.
So true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't blame people for that. It's the world. Even when you on top of the world and having a good day, someone can still scuff your sneakers and mess your whole
Yep.
day up. It's always
So
going to be
true.
something that goes wrong. But don't
Absolutely.
let that stop you from
Nope.
being who you want to be and building what you want to build. Keep going.
Right.
Sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
just had to get that off my
Nah,
chest.
don't be sorry. I saw this
No, that was
Get off
inspirational.
important.
my chest, man.
I saw this inspirational video this morning. One person said, you are building a fortune if you work on yourself.
Mhm.
Boy, you building a vault. A vault of money. The Mick Scrooge guy. What's it from? DuckTales.
Scrooge
Scrooge
McDuck.
McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck. That you building that type of wealth.
If
Because
you work on yourself, yep.
once you work on yourself, you learn
Mm-hmm.
how to control how you feel, and people can't aggravate you where you're gonna put your hands on them,
Yeah.
or you like you gain so much information that you can teach someone something. That's valuable. That's money. You can make money with your own thoughts. You can you can heal yourself to a point where no matter what comes your way, you can overcome it. The greatest mastery in life is mastering yourself. If you can't control your thoughts and you're always thinking negative, if you can't control your emotions where you're always angry and you want to lash out at people, if you can't control your spending, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life.
So true.
If you can't control your sexual urges, you will be out here making babies and you're going to be a deadbeat parent. Control yourself and learn to master yourself. Stop making excuses and stop doing things that are not beneficial to you. Master yourself.
Yeah.
Get your mind right. Your mind, it controls your actions, thoughts, and it processes information. Control yourself. Grow up.
Facts.
Age doesn't mean that you're grown either. Just because you're 40, 45, or 50, and you're like, I'm grown. Man, you don't even got no money in the bank. You ain't teaching nobody nothing. You ain't taking care of your kids. You ain't paying your bills. You living off somebody else. That's not grown.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Grown is taking care of your responsibilities and helping people along the way and being responsible.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Nah, stop apologizing.
Listen, man.
You're doing great.
I'm gonna tell you why I apologize.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's because sometimes when I speak to people, I can be very aggressive and I can be very upfront and I keep it real and people don't want to hear it. But sometimes you need to hear it. If someone in your life has never came up to you and told you the real truth, they're always sugarcoating it. They're not doing you a service. So me personally, I take it upon myself to tell people the truth and give them the service that they need of hearing. Sometimes people is out here effing up their own lives.
That's true.
And you are the one that is responsible for it. Stop blaming stop blaming your baby mother. Stop blaming your baby father. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming the other man. Stop blaming the other woman. Take some accountability and stand up on your own 2 feet. And once you figure out that you are the problem, that's when you can start growing.
Right.
One of my favorite excerpts from your book is in the beginning. These are the questions to ask yourself. I think it's a perfect transition into this.
Come on.
These 10 questions and statements all together, which I really love. You put what makes you angry, what was the best time of your life, what was the worst time of your life, what makes you different from everyone else, what makes you happy, what are you afraid of, what are your addictions, and for addictions you list drugs, alcohol, social media, because social media is everybody's addiction. Everybody has a social media or a platform that they're addicted to. They can't say no unless they're totally ban themselves from computers. You put sex and you put shopping. You put food coloring for your favorite. And what do you do on your free time? Like, you're really trying to examine these people, and you put the list 5 great qualities about yourself, and you also put the 5 bad qualities about yourself, so you can break down and see the nitty-gritty of what you need to fix and what you need to improve about the individual. And I really like that. You start off strong. You definitely start off strong. It was definitely a home run.
Seminar.
It definitely was a home run. Gesundheit easy. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
God bless you easy.
Let me put that in the notes. Hold on. Let me put the notes. Seminar. But I did that because a lot of people will be fake. You can be anything you want to anybody else, right? Even if you have to never see them again. But when you're sitting at home in your room and you sit back and the TV's off and it's quiet and you have them racing thoughts and what if no one likes me and all this stuff, I want people to really examine themselves. Have you really asked yourself what makes you happy? No. I don't know what makes me happy. Have you asked yourself, what are my addictions? Am I addicted to anything? I want people to really think about what makes you tick and why you do the things that you do. Because once you figure them things out, now you can work on it.
Sure.
You know, me and Easy had a conversation before about listening to the top 5 best qualities of yourself and worst qualities. You know what I'm saying? I think you said that you only could think of the worst qualities, right?
Oh yeah, I could rifle off the worst qualities in 32 seconds. But when it comes down to like the best qualities, it's not something that I've ever had to look for. It's not something that you know. I'm someone who's lived in a constant fight and flight. So I've always had to kind of live on guard. And, these are stuff like I know I come from an addictive family. So I get tattoos and I listen to music instead of putting anything up my nose or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the only reason I say that is because I wonder how many other people think that way. You only think of the negatives about yourselves. So if you're thinking of the negatives, how can you see the greatness that's in you or that the potential that you could have? You see, I ran down a list to you last time, my brother, but you got to come up with your own list. Give me 5 great qualities about yourself, Easy.
Are you seriously putting me on the spot
Yeah,
right now?
I want 5
You
great
did say
qualities.
seminar. You did say seminar.
God
Seminar.
damn it.
You did say seminar.
Give me
Easy.
5 great qualities about yourself.
My beard game is on point.
Come on, that's one.
There you go.
My beard game is on point.
There you go.
I'm someone that is passionate. When there's something there that I can be passionate about, I like to pour myself into it.
That's 2.
I'm actually really enjoying working with kids and music, which has been something that I didn't think was going to be something for me, but it really has now become something that's fantastic. And, get to actually see the look on kids' faces when they get it first time, which is one of the most beautiful things in the entire world. So I got to say that I don't know where that falls into anything, but that's
something you're passionate about. But that's a good quality you have. You like giving joy to the kids. That's 3. Yeah. Come on, 2 more.
Not in the Nickelodeon type of way.
Not in no Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. No Diddy.
No Diddy. You got 2 more great qualities about yourself. Great qualities. Preston, you up next. Get your list ready.
Oh, me? Oh, Lord. Oh, man.
Honestly, I got to say, I'm a good parent. When it comes down to like my kids and different aspects there, I'm always thinking about them. I'm always making sure. And I can honestly, like the other day, my kid looked at me and said, I'm already further along than you were because of you, because I have you. And that was one of the dopest things any child has ever said in the history of words.
Yes. So it shows that you're being an amazing parent. It's confirmation.
There's that. And
then one more.
I can turn a phrase. Let me tell you, I can turn a phrase. I'm pretty good with my words.
Got a gift of gab. That's 5 great qualities. I'm proud of you, man. You're doing your thing. Now, Preston, give me 5 great qualities about yourself.
We're going great now? Oh, Lord.
Listen, I
thought we were going to start off with bad. I was ready for the bad.
No, we're not listing bad because we're not going to make ourselves look bad. We're only going good. I'm a proof point at the end. I'm a proof point at the end of this. This is just, go ahead. You want seminar? This is a live lesson.
Come on. Lord. I didn't say seminar.
5. Give me 5. Give me 5 great qualities about yourself.
I like to see the good in people, even in the people I don't like. And I would list that as a bad quality for myself too. But as a good quality for myself, I always like to see the good come out of people. I like to see people win. It makes me feel good. It motivates me. So if I see someone winning, either if I like them or I don't like them, that fulfills me. That makes me feel good inside. A second one.
Come on.
It's not so easy, huh?
It's not easy.
No, it's not easy to tell me about the good stuff. I like doing this. This is my second one. I like talking to people. I'd love to do my thing with Easy, but like a lot more podcasts, a lot more stuff with radio. I want to do this more for the rest of my life. That's the second quality I love. Third, if we had the rights to the Jeopardy music, bro. If we only had the rights.
You don't have to put crazy thought into it. Are you a good cook?
Somewhat. I'm happy I can cook I can cook in general. I ain't consider myself a chef. I'm not considering myself any of that 10, but I'm happy that I can cook because a lot of people can't.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people live off the processed ramen and dinners every single day.
Uber.
Yeah, I
Uber,
can
DoorDash.
exactly. I can successfully say I can make something I can make nothing into something when it comes to cooking.
Okay.
So I'll be a third
There you
quality
go.
at my
That's 3. What up? We got 2 more.
I'm budgeting better, which
Yes.
I'm
Come on.
happy
Come
about
on now.
myself. That's
Okay.
number 4. I'm definitely budgeting a lot better than I have in the past couple years. So that makes me feel a whole lot better right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the fifth one is getting in more touch with my family, and that's on both sides, for my mothers and fathers. Not enough people get in contact with their family more, because the only time they ever see them is, when the usual days when a function gets together, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and that's it. So I can successfully say that I can call one of my cousins or call my brother and sister and just not even plan something, just have a conversation, and it just wouldn't be awkward. So like, I'm very happy I get to have that with my family, because not a lot of people, in my opinion, have that opportunity to just talk to their family just cause they feel like it's more forced or planned. Even like if you talk to your mother or your father, they feel like it's forced or planned. And so I'm happy and I'm fortunate that I can have that, because that's something that money can't buy.
So now that you've answered those questions, how do you guys feel about yourself?
Feel a little better.
Easy.
A little better.
Easy's a little like, I don't like James.
Yeah, no, not at all. No, it's different. It's very different for me. And it's just because it's the way it's something that I am working on. It's something one of the reasons why I go to therapy. One of the many reasons why I take medicine. Is my brain doesn't function the way that it, due to certain things that have happened. But what I'm learning is I'm learning to work through that and work in it. So it didn't necessarily make me feel better, because I also just spent 5 minutes awkward on air. So
Sorry for
I'm
putting
like,
you on the spot.
no.
Again.
But see, that's the thing. That's a real moment, and that's why, like, I'm totally down for things like that. As much as it's uncomfortable, it's something that I needed to go through. One, to create this incredible radio moment, but also just to evolve as a human being. So I can't say that I feel better, as I'm still kind of getting over the awkwardness, but I know that it's something that, one, from an art point of view, it was a beautiful, real moment that
there you go.
doesn't necessarily happen all the time. And 2, from the helping, healing aspect of it, it's being real and talking about what's going on, because maybe there is that kid or that person there that struggles with severe self-conscious issues. That's like, oh wow, this weird bearded dude feels 100% the same way I do, and he's got a radio show. I can I can make it to tomorrow.
Come on.
And that's one of the most important things.
Yeah, man. I asked those questions because I want you guys to believe in yourselves and know that if you do have negative thoughts, counteract them with positive thoughts. Everyone has negative thoughts. Me personally, before I started going to therapy, complex PTSD. That's what I suffer from: complex PTSD, cognitive distortion, depression, and what else? Codependency, depression, cognitive distortion, and codependency. Did I say codependency?
You said codependency the second time. First,
codependency,
you said, complex
depression, complex PTSD, and cognitive distortion. Right. So I have mental health issues, but I talk well, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I built a brand, right?
Yeah.
My mind automatically goes negative all the time.
Right.
And I have to counteract my negativity with positivity all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy, but I've been through so much in life that my viewpoints on life are kind of distorted, So I'm just saying that to show that, and to be real, that people, no matter what you're going through, you can still build a brand. You can still have these real moments online. Like, we're real people. We're not just people up here just trying to just sell you dreams and tell you stuff. We're real live people out here that go through day-to-day stresses. We have negative thoughts. And sometimes it's hard to battle the negative thoughts. And it's hard to be open and real with the world because you don't want someone to judge you. But who cares what anyone else thinks? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters, we talked about it, Easy. What were the 3 F's that you gave me before?
Oh, I can really say them now.
Give me the 3 F's, Easy.
The 3 F's. If they are feeding you, if they are financing you, and if they are the only times that it is important.
That's the only people that matter. Everyone else doesn't matter. No one in this world is perfect. Okay? Nobody. Stop trying to be perfect and put on a front like you are.
Sure.
Because people can see the fakeness in that. Be real.
Mhm.
Be you. And being you, that's being fearless. Be you. Be the
Right.
goofy person that sits in the house and puts on funny hats and you twirl in the corner making faces at yourself in the mirror. Whatever you do, just be yourself. Be yourself. Because someone's going to like it. And I'm telling you, you can market it. How many times you see these people on social media, you're like, man, why is this guy famous? Man, Welvin the Great, the D's Nuts kid.
Yeah.
He went famous from being himself.
Yeah, he did.
Be yourself. You that's the gold mine that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
If you're your authentic self, you're sitting on a gold mine. Be
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
That's what that means.
Hands down facts.
Right?
Yes.
Now,
yes.
we're gonna switch it back. The reason I asked, I'm gonna ask everyone out there right now that's listening. Think of 5 great qualities about yourself. We can't hear it and we don't know. But if you can't think of 5 qualities, you might need to sit down with somebody and really go to therapy because you have a lot of negativity in your mind. Go sit down with a therapist, a life coach. Get my social media. And come see me if you need a life coach. Mental_ambition and 3.0 on Instagram. Get someone to talk to so you can change your perception and the way you view the world. You know what I'm saying? Get the help that you need. And I'm going to give you my 5 great qualities about myself.
Okay.
There we go.
Number 1, I am giving. I will help out anybody. I'm giving and helpful. I will help out anybody and everybody that wants to help, whether it's mentally. If I got it financially, I'm not giving you thousands of dollars because I don't got thousands of dollars. But if you need $22 to get some gas, I got you. You feel me?
Right.
I'm willing to help out anybody that needs the help. 2, I am super honest. And the reason I'm honest is because I wish someone was honest with me in life and that they sat there and gave me the knowledge that I needed, because it could have been more beneficial to me than saying, you got it, James. No, tell me the truth. Don't just lie to me and try to appease me. 3, I am real. I am genuine. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on that because being real to me is me being myself. I'm a real intelligent guy. I've been through a lot in life, and I am also one of the funniest people you will ever meet. You know what I'm saying? I can crack a joke, and I can put things together. I'm real, and I don't try to be something that I'm not. I'm not a super thug. I'm not a super gangster. I just been through a lot in life and made a lot of mistakes along the way. That's all. 4, I'm able to teach and motivate people, and teach not in the sense of me thinking I'm better than you, but because I've been where some people might have been at, I can give you some really good advice on probably some things you should and should not do. And I can motivate people to be better because I've been through a lot. Shot, stabbed, jail, prison, cheated on, and died, almost died multiple times, back surgeries. I've been through so much pain. I've broken bones. I've been broke, and I'm still here. I have mental health. I have mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy, but the way that I view the world is just different. But it doesn't stop me from I can tell people some real stuff because I'm living it.
Right.
And then number 5, and the most important thing is I am a man of God. I have a relationship with a higher power that is God, who has carried me through all this stuff. And that is the only reason that I am still standing today. So thank you, God, for another day. God carried me through things that I didn't think I was going to be able to get through. And without him, I wouldn't be here. So every single day I wake up in the morning, I thank God for me opening my eyes and being able to walk, because at one point I couldn't even walk. Those are I was that 4 or 5, because I'm sorry.
Nah.
That was like 7.
That was like, sorry.
That was good.
And
this is how you
pointing.
Listen, and this
you
is
keep
true.
pointing
This
with
is
that pen. I keep wanting to curse for you.
What? This pen, I'm sorry. That's me cursing. I can't curse, so I'm just hitting the pen. I just keep doing the pen because these are this is where I want to curse, but I'm trying to be professional.
Yeah.
But I'm just
What's that
no, I
Key and
mean
Peele
it.
skit where you have Barack Obama just like
I mean
chilling
it.
and then
I
this
mean it.
angry person right behind
The
him?
anger interpreter.
Easy,
Anger
you
interpreter.
are James's angry interpreter. There you go.
Yeah.
But give me one. Thank you.
Damn.
Did you hear me? But yeah, this has to be the best interview I've ever done, or we have
Nice.
ever done, because this is so truthful and fair. But
Absolutely.
I lost my point because it's so. But anyway,
Yeah,
we're gonna get back on track.
yeah, definitely.
Always, I'm a man of God, and I highly encourage anyone who's going through anything in life to find a belief in a higher power.
Mhm.
If you do not believe that there's something out here or someone or a spirit out here that's keeping you, and you've been doing it your way your whole life, why not surrender and just say, hey, I'm done it my way. I'm tired of doing it my way. I surrender my life to you. Guide me and lead me. When I said that, when I tell you that my life went to shambles at first, and I was like, why is all this stuff happening to me? It went to all that stuff had to happen in order for the new life that I wanted and that I'm creating as we go to happen. Sometimes everything has to hit the fan. Sometimes
Shit.
has to hit the fan so that way you can completely destroy your old life and or your old way of being, so that way you can completely rebuild a whole new sense of who you are. And believe me, the way I am now, I had to break everything and everything that I thought to get to where I'm at today. So if you don't believe in God, I don't care I don't care if you believe what I believe or not. If you believe in Allah, Buddha, if you believe in the spirits, I don't care what you believe in. But as long as you have a belief that there is something out there greater than you that has your best interest at heart, that's what I care about. You know what I'm saying? I want
Right.
people to know that God is real. To me, God is real because I should not be here on multiple occasions. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. But it's Sunday and I felt like giving a little sermon. So that's why we switched up a
It's
little
important.
bit.
It's important. It's important. No,
You know what I'm
but
saying? But
it's so super true. You know, you have to have that belief that there's more out there because there is. You
yes.
know, what could be a dark day for you could be someone else's super shiny day. And that's just the way that things go.
Yep.
And I got to say, man, this has really been an honor and a privilege. I love the fact that we've gotten through everything that we've needed to get through. I love talking about this. I can't wait for the next book to come out so we can have you back on and maybe have you on with your girl and you can talk about like relationship aspect of it. I'm just putting it out there. But right now they are pulling the Apollo curtain on us because we as they say in the business, we ran a little long. And we just want to give this opportunity once again to you to promote yourself, tell people how they can get in contact with you, how they can build with you. It has been an honor and a privilege. And till next time.
All right. My name is James Sweat, author of Mental Ambition, a guide to upgrading your life. It's a self-help book that helps you deal with your mental health and various other things that you want to accomplish. Very small book, 50 pages, easy read, Walmart, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. I'm also a certified life coach. So if you need life coaching services, you like the way I talk, you like the way I think, you know I'm a real person, you can get at me through my social media. IG is mental_ambition 3.0 and just message me. We could even do the Instagram Messenger or Instagram FaceTime, whatever, if you need to talk. I got TikTok, 70,000 followers, millions of views, millions of likes. Mental_ambition 2.0. I want to give a special shout out to my Uncle Des, because he was there for me when a lot of people weren't. He was down in the trenches with me. I want to shout out my boy D'Angelo. I want to shout out my boy Jose. I want to shout out the Bearded Business. I want to shout out to Infinity and Beyond Travel. I want to shout out Heal, Empower, Repeat. I want to shout out everybody and anybody who's ever talked to me. If you bought the merch, you bought the shirt, the hat, You see me in the streets, you salute me, you say, James, I like what you're doing. I like how you're motivating the people. If anyone supported me and you've met me and you rock with the brand, I appreciate you. I appreciate Easy. I appreciate Preston. Appreciate all of you, because all this goes into helping me become a better me and help motivate the other people in this world. I love you all. Do your thing, man. Replay this episode because there's so many gems dropped in here, you won't even believe it. And with that, I close, my brothers.
James, we appreciate you and thank you so much.
Oh,
Myself.
shout out Grace Worship Assembly. Yeah. Yeah, my brother.
It's all good.
Wait. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I shout out my moms and my family too, and all my
that was
closest
important.
friends. There we
That was
go.
important.
All right.
Okay, now myself, Preston, and my partner in crime, Long Island raised, Elm City made, James Sweat. You can forever come back on this program anytime you want.
Appreciate it.
This has been Preston and Easy Blues. Thank you so much. Unfiltered version.
Wondering what to write about, trying to figure out what it's all about. Existentialist, am I worth anything or just a scout? I don't know.